Hi everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video it's going to be me and Olympus Fallen versus Sen Hatsumi and Dung Crazy 85. Now of course, before we start, go on ahead, smash the like button, and of course turn on the notification to all notification so that you will not miss an upload or stream from my channel. Now without further ado, let's go jump straight into the battle.
New objective.
And here goes. I will be the blue player and my partner Olympus Fallen will be the green player. Now I'll start off with the ocean build, supply center first in a power plant, and then of course having a assault right there to of course build that shipyard to gain view and so on. Scouting the red player's base to see what he has. No ocean. Okay, so he's going for a full land army composition, or yeah, not going for the ocean rather. My partner collected the container. I'll have my delta around here to cause some damage, however I saw a dragonfly and a caiman. Now of course a cyclone here to somehow deny the hidden infantries that are trying to scout my base. Okay, now at the start of the game I will be playing full land army composition, mainly Zeus, Shield, Typhoon, from 3 vehicle factory and 2 special vehicle factory. I'll also have some anti-air as the red player will have Avia. And my partner has this for a base. Okay, he has a vehicle factory, Avia, and of course Vertex. So he's opting out for a support type of play. So nothing crazy here so far, it's just that I'm amassing the units in order for me to attack or defend my partner, or yeah. Now let's see what's going on. So that one Hawk Scout saw what we have, and I have some anti-air defenses around my base. There goes. Nicely done. And of course that special vehicle factory for Typhoons. And I now have a total of 6 Zeus, and second shield is about to pop out. Now, I instructed my partner to scout, and Albatross has been seen right there. I informed my partner about it. So this red player is not joking around. He's on to bombers and Avia and so on, while the yellow player has full land army composition. Still amassing the units right here so that of course I can prepare an attack. Now, I'll also occupy the bottom part of my base, or just right outside my base, to of course gain an attack view. And of course there goes the Albatross and are going to destroy the airfield. Nice bombing run, although those Albatross will not live to see another day. Or will they? Forget it. Okay, so all the Albatross has been destroyed, and those Hawks are now going to somehow attack the leftover airfield while those Vertex are undocked or are trying to refuel. Another airfield is being built, and those Hawks scored a victory by destroying that airfield along with the Vertex docked in it. Now we see this yellow player moving across the map towards my partner's base, and that's a lot of land army composition. Now in this manner, I am faced with the decision to either attack the yellow or defend my partner. And at this point on, it will be not a good idea for me to defend my partner. First of all, 1, I will not make it in time. I will be out of position while the yellow is already in position. 2, the red player has Hawks more than my Typhoons, which I only had 5. And so at this point, I'm going to launch an attack onto the yellow player's base while his army is not at his base. And so I'll go ahead and take out the yellow player, and as you guys can see on the screen, my partner is trying his best to buy some time, and that shield generator is not well microed on my end. Thank you, lag. Okay, now I managed to destroy those Zeus and keep the shield alive. Meanwhile, I'll have most of my forces are going to somehow rally across the map onto the yellow player's base, and my partner is still here struggling to defend and survive for as long as he can to buy me time in order to destroy the yellow player's base, and of course, you know, make the red player, or occupy the red player's attention onto his base. Albatross failed a bombing run right there. Thought that I will be moving forward, but no, Hawks are going to follow. Switch to air raid boost since there's not really that much unit here left over on the yellow player's base in order to defend. I have a ton of Zeus right here and only 5 Typhoons I have, with 1 shield, the 2 that got destroyed by the Hawks and are now going after the vehicle factory. Now those Hawks are they're prioritizing the target to the shield. Okay, and now my partner is going to abandon his base, sending his Typhoons onto my base, and I have my newly produced units on that bridge. Now we see my army right here onto the yellow player's base, demolishing every buildings that is in sight, and of course my partner will also get annihilated. Now in turn, I'll have some rocketars to defend the area or defend the bridge part, and some of my units are placed there in the bridge to of course wait and get a good engagement. Now we see here that there's like a ton of units on my end and are going to demolish the yellow player. Nicely done. And of course a few buildings are now just a leftover from the yellow player. And we see again chameleon from the yellow player, 2 chameleons, a cyclone there detected it and are now going to try and attack. But at this point, it's going to be a bad idea for me to somehow, attack the red player on the side due to the minefields laid by those armadillos. Now those albatross are going to attack my base. Let's see what they will be destroying this time. All my buildings right here except for my HQ are paper-like due to the lack of armor and HP upgrade. Successfully destroyed or disposed of my special vehicle factory level 3, and they are now after my my other factories. They saw that I have a Zeus right there lying in wait onto the bridge, and I'll also have my army retreat in order to defend my base against the yellow player's army, since there's still a lot left. Now there are also minefields around here. Now I will not go over there because if I go over there, I can either get bombed by the albatross on that bridge or just get slaughtered by hawks or jaguars lying in wait. And here goes, the yellow player occupied the middle mountain right there in the middle of the map, and I'll also build some anti-air defenses for me to defend my base. And so the yellow player caught me off guard, attacked me on the side from above that cliff right there, and so I'll be using a gold scouting boost to move away from the range of that cliff, since the yellow player, if I were to engage them, I'll be totally wrecked. Now in terms of that, I'll gather my forces around the middle of the map here on my side and then take the fight over to him. And there goes, some of his jaguars are exposed. And I'll have to destroy as many jaguars as I can. And there goes. Bam, took out 4 jaguars. And I'll also try and destroy as many jaguars as I can from inside the fog. Of course, he will be running away at this time, and chasing them will not be beneficial due to the fact that, of course, jaguars and chameleons are faster than the Zeus, so I'll have to leave them be. I'll just instead regroup and join the rest of my newly produced units from within my base. And now the yellow player decided to attack his, or take over his position on his base to rebuild, of course, to get back into the base, or to get back into the game. And let's see. Now those albatross took out one of my vehicle factory. Second vehicle factory now gonna be taken out. Now that's actually a very clever move, attacking with the albatross, and while the anti-air is preoccupied for targeting those albatross, the hawks are now going to target some of my buildings or some of my anti-air. Now, knowing the yellow player is going to try and come back into the game, I'll also move the rest of my army now in order to attack the yellow player while he is still weak. There it goes. And of course, I'll destroy as many as I can. Now, he has the high ground advantage here, but I do have the numbers advantage. And now, I'm just going to destroy anything that I can see here, and I'll just ram my units from inside the fog because he can no longer replace those units, but I can certainly replace my own units that I have lost. Now those hawks are trying their best to somehow get rid of my units, destroy the shield, although I only have 1, and destroy the HQ on my end. I destroyed the yellow's HQ, hence not giving this yellow player the comeback that he needed. Okay, and of course I'll also destroy as many units as I can here, take out as many units as I can with me along with my army. Those hawks are struggling, or actually desperately trying to destroy my army, and it's going to be cleaned up, but this Zeus destroyed one chameleon, and that is actually a very good job. My partner made an attempt to come back into the game, which was very good. However, it was actually foiled with the scout from just above his base, near the tree. Or actually at the tree. Okay. And so I'll be placing more anti-air around here since the red player has a ton of avia. Okay, now that one albatross saw, because there's one hidden infantry above that power plant that was destroyed, and then those hawks are going to follow. So those hawks are now going to outnumber that one anti-air that are trying desperately to destroy as many hawks as it can before it fall. And now at this point, my partner is just doing his best to somehow occupy the attention of the red player, and of course, like consume the fuel of those hawks. The yellow player is now out of the game, and the albatross are still here trying to somehow destroy my partner as he tries to buy time for me to somehow reproduce the army and rebuild my base that was destroyed. And at this point, I'll have my typhoons positioned in a diagonal position, or in a diagonal posture, so that of course it can get rid of most anti-air, or it can act as a layer of anti-air coming from the red player's base. Yellow player is here, and well, of course he is already there. Now I'm faced with again another situation. Will I have to help my partner? And the answer is no. There's a lot of hawks around here. There's a lot more hawk than my typhoon, and that's not gonna be a good idea. So yeah, there goes. I actually wanted to help him out, but I really don't have enough. And at this point, I'll just have to change my army composition into another by upgrading that ABF factory that I have at the start. Okay, there were armadillos still mining around there, so a change of tactic or an army composition would be really necessary, because it would take me a very long time for me to somehow demine all those minefields that was laid out there. There goes, destroying again the yellow player as the red player tries to again destroy my vehicle factory, and so on, along with my anti-air. Very clever move from this red player. While the anti-air is occupied from those albatross, they are attacking my anti-air, hence he managed to destroy 4 anti-air towers that I have out of 7. Now I'll add up more anti-air like typhoons, and of course Vertex, and 2 ABF factory. 2 more ABF factory. Now I'm actually aware of the yellow player's presence on my side, on my partner's base. Okay, they can either cross that bridge, so I'm going to have to head back and retreat, and of course gather my army from there with whatever's land army composition that I have, because I will no longer pursue it. There are minefields, so I'll have to switch tactics and switch army composition. Yellow player is already out there, no longer there, and I'm gonna have to see what I can do here, what damage I can do, and I'll have 1 vertex to scout to see what the red player is up to. Okay, here goes the scout. No alligators, no shipyard whatsoever, and there's like, wow, 7 albatross and jaguar chameleon porcupine from both the yellow and the red, as some of the leftover army from the yellow. Now I'll also have my typhoons, like in a defensive formation, act as a layer of anti-air. Okay, because I'm expecting that those albatross are going to attack, and they will. Yeah, they actually will try and attack my HQ, but they're not going to succeed As we all know, I have a good layer of anti-air this time, along with some vertex, or actually 3 vertex, that managed to destroy 1 albatross, and the rest was taken care of by my anti-air and dealt half damage to my HQ level 4. My partner was referring to me, to my HQ as very tough. Yes, indeed, 7 albatross has been destroyed without any exchange of resources. Just 7 albatross died. Okay, so that's not a very cheap exchange. Those hawks are going to be greedy, and they'll get intercepted by my vertex as I manage to somehow switch tactic, or switch my army composition yet again. I'll destroy that 1 chameleon right there in exchange for 1 vertex. So that's actually very, very good, since I managed to destroy some hawks and a chameleon in exchange of 1 cyclone and a vertex. So that's not a very bad trade. Ooh, a shipyard now. Okay. Again, scouting. Ooh, they're going to move out. And so I have some army composition that I have left over here. I'll also add some cyclones, so of course help my ground army composition. I'll also go HQ level 5 to have more command points at this point, and be able to unlock more platforms if needed to defend against the alligators. They're now going to move out. Good thing I have a cyclone around here alerting me of the presence of both the yellow and the red. Okay, so I'm going to have to go into a defensive formation. I'll add up some rocket towers around there that can actually help zone out those army and buy me some time. And here goes. The yellow player doesn't have any porcupines at this point, so there's no anti-air from the yellow player, only the red player has. So I'll have to try and intercept that chameleon. However, they're actually going to the left side of my base, just right outside. And so I'll have my cyclones reveal anything that can be revealed, and I'll have my Zeus destroy everything that was revealed. Okay, destroying some units inside that fog from the yellow because those units are irreplaceable. Okay. And I'll have to retreat as my army is in disarray because of those obstructions in the middle. So I'll have to choose my engagement wisely because I will be outnumbered from both sides. For whatever reason, that typhoon managed to disobey orders. And here goes yet again. I'll have to try and destroy as many units as I can. I'm being attacked from 2 sides here. Okay, I switched boost to common defense to, of course, gain more range on my rock towers. And the shield are just actually holding on at the back of those Zeus. Unfortunately, I can no longer hold this position, and so I'll just have to try my best with my cyclones. Now, any units that is revealed are insta-killed by those rocket towers that I have, and I'll just use those Zeus of mine as a meat shield to get the attention of those Jaguars as they fire at it. There goes. Units has been destroyed. Yellow player's chameleon has run out because they both used the chameleon at the same time. Okay, and now they will have to retreat, but they are able to manage to destroy 1 rocket tower on my end. And here goes. Since those chameleons are out of energy, I'll also have my newly produced cyclone, and I'll have my vertex help out with destroying any unit that can be destroyed. There goes. And so no more porcupines here, just chameleon jaguars. I'll have to destroy as many things as I can. There goes. Oh, and those hawks are now going to attack my vertex as they try to pursue the army of the yellow player that is retreating. Now I'll just have to take out that one Jaguar along with my 2 porcupines that are going to be destroyed by those hawks. And now I already have HQ level 5 and I am aware of that alligator presence from the red player. And so it's just time for me to scout to see where they are located in order for me to place more platforms around that location. And of course, knowing all that, both the red and the yellow can actually attack me on the ground, and I don't really have anything here to defend on the land. Now I saw 3 alligators at the bottom, and also I'll have to replace that supply center with a construction yard to of course build an able platform in an attempt to defend my side. There goes. And I just got scouted. Okay, so that was a very good scout though. And saw that I managed to build 3 naval platforms around that area. Now I'll try to build up the cyclone count around here, and I also placed a cyclone on the right side of the map to see if those alligators are going or headed straight towards there in order to attack me on the side. And I'll have to scout using the vertex around here. And let's see, 2 alligators, level 4 HQ, not really that much hawks, and the ground army composition are missing, so they're onto something weird. Now they can either be moving across the map to attack me, so I'll have to add more defenses. There goes, add more defenses so that I can defend my base, of course. Okay, destroyed 1 chameleon right there, and I'll have to retreat. And let's see, did not manage to destroy a second chameleon, and so I'll have to retreat before I lose any more than necessary. I'll add more rocket towers around here along with some cyclones, and my base is fairly defended against the ocean or those alligators and those jaguar chameleons and porcupine from both the yellow and the red. Now I see some alligators moving towards the right side of the map in order to attack me on the side. Now the question is how many platforms do I need versus how many alligators do they have? Okay, so in order for me to find that out, I need to scout. Very simple solution. And now both players are here. Barely managed to destroy that chameleon. And there goes, they're just going to launch an attack right here. However, my cyclones are here and are now going to shred any units that can be revealed, along with my rock towers and 2 Zeus that is left over. Okay, 1 chameleon has been destroyed. I'm going to focus my cyclones onto the other chameleon and destroy it in the process. While my cyclones are taking or tanking the damage from those porcupines, I'll have the vertex move and destroy anything that can be destroyed. There goes. Very nice. And I'll just have to retreat before the hawks goes after my cyclones. Now the number of alligators are here are growing, and obviously 4 naval platforms are not going to be enough at this point. And so in order for me to make it possible for me to defend, I'll just have to adjust. Oh, that's a lot of alligators. There goes, there was that one hidden infantry that saw my partner's base around there. Also saw my cyclone, hence those alligators saw my cyclone that are above the cliff. I'll just have to destroy those 2 alligators and of course, or destroy those 2 platforms in order to place them somewhere else in order to defend my base more effectively. There goes. I have a very good concave of naval platforms around there, if I might say so myself. Managed to destroy some of the units right there that are outside or there's no chameleon cover and lack the porcupine cover. And so I'll just destroy as many jaguars as I can. Those hawks are like trying to somehow intervene by intercepting my vertex, but they're not going to be successful. I'm not sure why. Level 5 HQ from the red player, so that was a good omen scout for me. Okay, and so I'll have to destroy the 2 platforms on my left side and place them on the other side. Add more power plants in order for me to have my space system so that I can score a space strike and win me the battle. I'll also place a cyclone at the bottom side of the map in order for me to see if there are any alligators that are going to try and attack me from both sides. Now that would be very bad if they caught me off guard. It can actually lose me this battle. And I replace the cyclone on my right side to see how many alligators are there, and from what I can perceive, I need 8 naval platforms around here to somehow deal versus those many alligators. Now those albatross are going to somehow try and damage some of my naval platforms before the alligators go into action. Now keep in mind my naval platform's anti-air is not maxed out, so yeah, they're quite weak. And I'll just have to repair as many naval platforms as I can to, of course, lessen the damage that can be dealt by those alligators. And as you guys can see, the engagement right here are looking very good for me, as most of my naval platforms, or actually all of my naval platforms, are firing at those alligators, whereas some of the alligators are not firing back. There goes, 2 more platforms finished, and they managed to take out 2 naval platforms. Okay. And now going 3 naval platforms, but there's only a handful of alligators left, so this will be a very successful defense on my part. Oh man, that must have been very frustrating for him to somehow lose that many resources invested onto those alligators only to destroy a handful of naval platforms. Ho ho, and now a scout right here with my vertex saw that there's like a nuclear that is being built, and while it is being built, I'll have my vertex destroy it, and of course trashing the 1,800 resources down the drain. And 1-shot kill. And there's like a chameleon right beside that nuclear, and I'll also head for those as well. Destroyed it. Now the Hawks undocked, and I'll just have to retreat before I take any more losses. And in turn, I'll have my space system right there, so that of course I can sponge up that attack, or like produce a space strike. I have a healthy amount of cyclones and a healthy amount of scout across the map, as you guys can see, giving me an advantage to see where there will be any pending attack. Okay, there will be 1 Hawk Scout. Managed to intercept it. However, that Hawk managed to see my space system. Now let's see what's going to happen here. Again, those Hawks are going to try and desperately destroy my space system, but it's gonna get owned by a lot of anti-air that I have surrounded by surrounding my space system. Okay, and at this point, I think it is clear as day as to who will win this battle. So yeah, just to make sure, another scout to see if there will be any nuclear that is being built at a cheesy location. No nuclears whatsoever. Okay, because if I would, before I go do a space strike or launch the space, I would rather take out the nuclear launcher along with the space launcher, or nuclear launcher. There goes. And I'll just have to target those buildings. Again, my space system is rank 20 maxed, okay? And these guys are rank 22. And so, here goes. Bam! Nice hit. Destroying the airfield, so no more Hawks or Albatross for you, my friend. And there's no way to stop the attack or destroy my space system. And at this point, he also lost a ton of army just beside his base. And I'll also destroy some of his units right there. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. GG. And also my partner tried to build an HQ in an attempt to make a good comeback. So in reality, he was never really kicked out of the game. He was still there at the end. So kudos to you, my friend, you did great. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Have a great day and good luck with your battles. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment down below as to what are your thoughts into this video. Likewise, thanks for watching. Have a great day and good luck with your battles. Bye now!
Victory.